This is my full review of the TPCast wireless adapter for the Oculus Rift. And in this review, I'm going to let you know if the device is worth its $300 asking price. All coming up. Hi and welcome to Mixed Reality TV. My name is Sebastian Ang, and if this is your first time here and you're just as excited about VR and AR as me, then subscribe now and click on the bell button so you don't miss anything. So this little adapter here is the TPCast wireless adapter for the Oculus Rift. And for all of you who don't know yet what it does, well, it will help you to cut the cords from your Oculus Rift so you can enjoy wireless virtual reality. Now, is this worth the asking price of $300 in the United States or 389 euros in Europe? We're going to find out now. Before we start with this review, for reasons of full disclosure, I would like to let you know that TPCast sent me this review unit free of charge. Now, it's important for me to point out that any company that sends me their products free of charge cannot expect any more favorable reviews than if I had bought the device myself. I'm very aware of the fact that simply showing their products on this channel is already much more worth than the asking price of one retail unit. Also, I feel only obliged to you, my dear subscribers, to give you honest and fair reviews. And that these are not only empty words, you will find out in this review. Now, with this important message out of the way, we can get to the review of the TPCast for the Oculus Rift. Now, this review is divided into three parts. In the first part, I'm going to talk about the installation and the setup of the TPCast. In the second part, I'm going to talk about the wireless performance of the TPCast. And in the third part, I'm going to give you my conclusion. Now, directly from the start, I must tell you that actually I would have to do two reviews. The first review of the TPCast with the original software and the second review of the TPCast with the third-party open TPCast software that you even have to buy from a third party for $25 on top of this device. And why is that the case? Well, because the differences are mind-blowing. But I'm going to get back to that very, very soon. So let's start with the first part. Let's talk about installation and setup. Now, even though there are quite a few things in the TPCast box, as you've seen in my unboxing video, the installation and setup process is quite simple, and actually it's more simple than I had thought. So for the TPCast itself, you simply attach it to the top strap of your Oculus Rift. Then you have to replace the original cable with this cable here, the cable from the TPCast, which goes into the TPCast, and also one part goes to this battery adapter. Now, directly to this battery adapter, you will of course attach the Anchor battery that comes in the package, and then actually you're good to go as what the installation of the TPCast itself is concerned. Now you only have to connect the router that comes in the box and the base station that also comes in the box with the computer that runs your VR games. It is really that simple. Now you have to install the software. There I came across one little problem, because you have to download the software from the TPCast website, and the URL that is printed in the material of the TPCast is wrong. So you simply have to find the Oculus software installation file yourself by going to tpcastvr.com. Then you would simply install the software, start it, and yeah, really that's it. It will automatically find the device, and it will take a few moments until everything is connected, but you have to do nothing else. You simply put this on and you can play Oculus Rift wirelessly. Now let's get to the second part, the most important part of this review, the performance of the TPCast. Does $300 or 389 euros buy you that wireless freedom that will increase your immersion? Unfortunately, the answer is no. I was bitterly disappointed by the performance of the TPCast, and that is with the latest updated software. They had just updated to a very new software version, which should, well, make the performance much better, but unfortunately no. So what was the problem? Well, the problem was that there were lots of dropped frames when I was using this wirelessly. So in the game, when I was playing it, suddenly the picture would freeze and nothing would happen, and then it would just go on. So of course this completely breaks the immersion, and actually it even made me sick. So that was terrible. Then also suddenly my controller tracking was completely off. So the controllers were flying away sometimes, just like as sometimes it happens with the Windows Mixed Reality controllers. But now suddenly we also had the same problem with the Rift controllers when I was using the TPCast. So that was very, very unfortunate. On top of that, also the microphone doesn't work with this version of the software. But I heard that they want to fix that in the future, but with this version that I tested, and that was the latest software version, the microphone doesn't work. So actually it was a very, very unfortunate experience, and for 389 euros or $300, you will not get that beautiful wireless freedom, but you will actually brick your Oculus Rift. Now, why would I say that you would brick your Oculus Rift if you use the TPCast when there's still a picture inside, right? Well, yes, there is a picture, but as you know, in virtual reality, latency is so important. And if the latency gets too big, yeah, you cannot enjoy the experience anymore. There's no immersion. You feel completely out of place, and you will even get sick if what you see does not fit to your actual movements. And when there's like frames dropped in this serious way, then I would say that your experience indeed is bricked. So that was kind of frustrating, I must very honestly say. And if I had paid 389 euros or $300 at this moment in time, I would be furious. If you check out other TPCast reviews, you will quickly find out that other people have made exactly the same experience as me with the original software. And this original software, even in the latest version, is not good enough, or let's call it how it is complete junk. Now, the good thing is that a group of people have programmed their own driver software, and they have called that project OpenTPCast. So if you want, you can download that OpenTPCast software and buy it for $25. Yes, on top of the price of the TPCast, you can buy additional third-party driver software, and this driver software is called OpenTPCast. Now, unfortunately, the installation is not so straightforward. It is not just downloading a file and opening it and starting it. No, you actually have to open this battery adapter. So for this to happen, you have to unscrew 4 screws here, here, and here, and you have to use force to open it, and then you will find a micro SD card. So then you have to take this micro SD card, you have to put it into an adapter and read it, and onto this micro SD card you have to put this new software. Then you have to go to a website and you have to buy a license using PayPal, and then you can use it. So it's not so straightforward. It is doable for sure, and I also did it. I bought that $25 OpenTPCast software, and then I tried the whole thing again. So after installing the OpenTPCast software, lots of things are going to change. First of all, starting up is even easier. You would simply put in the battery, and then automatically after a few seconds, everything will start automatically and everything will simply work just as if you would plug in the USB and HDMI cable into your computer. It is beautiful. And then, of course, more importantly, the performance. The performance with the OpenTPCast software is perfect. It is really great, and actually this is how I expected the TPCast to work out of the box with the original software. Suddenly you can play everything just as if you were using the cable version. Everything is perfect. There's no latency, there were no dropped frames whatsoever, and also the controller tracking was just as good as with the wired version. And on top of that, your microphone will also work. So that is a really fantastic experience, and I can really recommend it to you. If you want to enjoy wireless freedom, you can do so with the TPCast, but you will need to buy the OpenTPCast software on top because the original software simply sucks. So with that OpenTPCast, I played lots of different games, and I played, for example, VRFC, that football game where you have to turn a lot. And yeah, it is incredible. It is so much fun to play the Oculus Rift wirelessly. It is without a doubt mind-blowing, and I can really very much recommend it to you. It is really fantastic. And here, just for demonstration, I show you how I play VRFC, and I sped it a bit up, as you can tell, just to show you how often I turn here in this game. And well, it makes such a difference because now you don't have to think about, oh, where's the wire and would I trip over it? No, you can completely turn, spin around all the time. And will it give you a competitive advantage? Absolutely. There's absolutely no question about it. This will give you a competitive advantage, especially in those games in that you have to turn a lot. It is great and it feels much more immersive. It is really so good. Also, the battery life is surprisingly good, so you can play for hours. Actually, you can play for up to 4 hours, I would say, but then anyways, you can simply swap the battery because the anchor battery that is included is a model that you can simply buy off of Amazon. So simply have a second battery ready and swap it. Alright, so it's time for the final conclusion. If you're like me and for $300 or 389 euros, you expect a device that works perfectly out of the box, you will be very, very disappointed. This device out of the box with the original TPCast software will destroy your virtual reality experience because it's going to introduce lots of lag into the experience, and also your controllers won't work anymore and you won't be able to use your microphone anymore. So no, I cannot recommend you to get the TPCast wireless adapter for the Oculus Rift. But if you're willing to buy the OpenTPCast software for an additional $25, and if you're willing to open this box here and install that OpenTPCast software, probably voiding your warranty, then yes, then you can use it. It's going to be a great experience and it will be worth the money. But well, that is a very, very big if. So not everybody would like to do these kinds of modifications. Anyways, just for the wireless playing, I can tell you, yes, it is the future. It is such a big difference not to be tethered to your computer. It is so liberating, and if you get used to it, you without a doubt don't want to get back to it. But anyways, the next generations of devices will have that anyways built in, like the Oculus Santa Cruz, and everything that's going to come in the future for sure will be wireless. This without a doubt is the future. So if you want it now, and if you're willing to pay that additional price, and if you're willing to install the OpenTPCast software, then without a doubt go for it. But in general, I must say I'm kind of disappointed with the original software. So if you're not one of these people who wants to open that box and install that software, even though it's not so complicated, then I would advise you not to get it and wait for the next generation. All right, that's it for this review. If you have any more questions about the TPCast for the Oculus Rift, then of course you can leave those questions in the comments below, or much better, why don't you directly chat with me on the MRTV Discord server. The MRTV Discord server is a great free resource where you can chat with me and the MRTV community, and you can simply get there by clicking on the link in the description below. But that's it for this review. I really hope it was helpful for you. If yes, give it a thumbs up, and of course, if you've not yet subscribed to Mixed Reality TV yet, do so now. I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode.